In 2010, 18-year-old Devin Topps had graduated Kentridge High School. He'd earned a full-ride athletic scholarship to Eastern Washington University. He was headed there in the spring. But in October, on Halloween night, he went to a party in Kent.
It seemed like a really kind of good kid, normal teenage party, very manageable, cooperative people. And so I think they were having fun.
But there were some party crashers that night, including then 20-year-old Jorge Lizarraga. Prosecutors say Devin was walking a friend to her car when the group started taunting him, and there was a confrontation.
It really was just a scuffle, just kind of a regular, teenage male scuffle.
But Lizarraga had brought a gun.
He shot a couple of rounds in the air, but without really giving much time for that to disperse anything or for people to stop. He then just walked right over, and Devin was sort of in that scuffle with at least one other person, and he put the gun directly against his back and just shot him. And that was it.
Lizarraga was no stranger to police, and neither was the murder weapon. The gun had been stolen from a state trooper just days earlier. Prosecutors say Lizarraga was part of a burglary ring targeting law enforcement.
They thought it was pretty cool that they had done that, and he and his friend took pictures of themselves dressed up in the ICE agent and the DEA hat and posturing and posing with the very weapon that he used to kill Devin.
Lizarraga was convicted of second-degree murder, but at the sentencing, he had little to say.
He had this swagger, which was very chilling to me as he walked into the courtroom. And this was a pretty crowded courtroom. A lot of family and friends of Devin were there. And the swagger that he had just goes to show that he had no remorse for what he did. He wasn't sorry for what he did, and he could care less about anybody else.
Despite that apparent lack of remorse, despite the family's pain and grief, Devin's father had a gift for Jorge Lizarraga.
My name is Nathan Beeler-Bill. I'm the proud father of Devin Topps. For what's been done, I forgive the man who did it. I heard somebody say that Devin was special. You are special too. Whatever you have to go through, I hope you become a stronger man.
When his father got up there and said, "I forgive you," I was amazed. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I expected there to be more, at least anger, not hatred, but anger towards Mr. Lizarraga for taking such, from what everybody describes, a beautiful young man from the world. But I was just shocked that he was able to do that.
So when you're in there, whatever you got to do, you remember that Devin's dad forgives you, so you can go ahead and begin to forgive yourself. And that's the most important, because 2 lives have been lost, not just one.
2 young lives lost after a high school Halloween party.
I don't think anybody that day that went to that party thought it would end in the way it did. I mean, it was senseless. I mean, no one had to die that day. No one should have died that day.